1. Introduction Setup. The lobby lay silent, eerily quiet for 9 a.m. on a Monday morning. Typically by this hour, the gleaming marble floors of Crestfall Tech resonated with the sharp tapping of dress shoes and the murmur of rushed conversations. This morning, however, an unsettling stillness permeated the air like a suspended breath. Beside the reception desk, a young girl, barely 8 years old, sat isolated in an enormous leather chair. Her small legs dangled well above the ground, her shoes showing signs of wear, a crumpled envelope gripped firmly in her lap. The child's name was Lily. She was draped in a coat several sizes too large, its sleeves extending far beyond her small hands. Tucked within one pocket lay a granola bar. Hidden in the other rested her mother's aspirations. The receptionist eventually lifted her gaze. "Sweetheart, have you lost your way?" Lily responded with a gentle shake of her head. "I'm here for my mom's interview." The woman's eyes widened in confusion. "Your mother's interview?" "She's ill, so I've come in her place." Her voice carried a quiet but unwavering determination. 2. The disruption, unexpected conflict. Sarah, Lily's mother, had dedicated countless hours preparing for this crucial interview. A recently unemployed single mother, Sarah had invested every available moment into rehearsing her responses. She had even conducted practice sessions before their apartment's cracked bathroom mirror, with Lily role-playing as the company's CEO. This morning, however, a relentless fever had overwhelmed her completely. She lacked the strength to even rise from her bed. The scheduled interview was set for 9:30. No one was available to contact, no babysitter to plead with for help. Therefore, Lily gathered the important folder, fastened her coat securely, and embarked on the bus journey unaccompanied. This towering structure was the most imposing building she had ever set foot in. Her small hands had begun trembling the instant the glass entrance doors sealed shut behind her, yet she refused to retreat. 3. The kind gesture or moral choice. 10 minutes later, Lily found herself seated at the far end of an elegant conference table, her feet suspended several inches above the plush carpeting. Positioned across from her were 4 gentlemen and 1 woman, all dressed in professional business attire. Several offered polite, encouraging smiles. One gentleman released a quiet chuckle. Only one man refrained from any display of amusement. Jonathan Carrington, CEO of Crestfall Tech, a figure renowned throughout the technology industry as both brilliant and utterly composed. A man whose gaze, according to reputation, possessed a coldness that matched his sterile boardroom environment. Jonathan directed his attention toward Lily. "Let's listen to what she has to share." Every head turned in her direction. Lily methodically opened the folder before her. The contents revealed printed resumes, a carefully crafted cover letter, and a bright yellow adhesive note bearing her mother's handwritten encouragement, "Smile. You've got this." "I don't understand all the complicated terminology," Lily began in a gentle voice. "But I'm certain my mom possesses remarkable intelligence." She lifted her gaze, her voice gaining strength and clarity. "She used to assist people in securing employment opportunities. Now we desperately need someone to extend that same help to her." 4. Subtle build-up. The conference room fell into complete silence. One of the junior managers shifted uncomfortably in his seat. Another directed their attention downward to their electronic tablet. Jonathan remained perfectly still, offering no response. Lily, feeling increasingly anxious, carefully smoothed the document spread before her. She dedicated the entire week to practicing for this opportunity, even during moments of exhaustion, even when our heating system failed and we were forced to wear our coats indoors. She surveyed each face around the table. "She has never abandoned hope in me. Therefore, I refused to abandon hope in her." She then settled back into her chair, pressing her lips together firmly, her eyes wide with anticipation, not seeking applause or expecting immediate employment, simply hoping that someone had truly listened to her words. 5. Reveal or twist. Following a prolonged pause, Jonathan reclined in his chair, crossing his arms deliberately. Something indecipherable flickered across his facial expression. Then, with measured slowness, he shifted his gaze to the other occupants of the room. "The resume, please," he requested. Lily extended the document toward him, their fingers making brief contact during the exchange. He examined the printed name, Sarah Miller. He maintained his silence for an extended period, simply staring intently at the page before him. Eventually, he cleared his throat with purpose. "A decade ago," he began, "a woman named Sarah Miller assisted me in finding employment." Heads swiveled in his direction with sudden interest. "She was employed by a non-profit organization at that time," Jonathan continued with deliberate precision. "I had recently become widowed, emotionally shattered, lacking any sense of direction or purpose." She looked directly into my eyes and declared, "You may not recognize your own worth at this moment, but someday you absolutely will." He lifted his gaze from the document. "I have never forgotten those words or that kindness." 6. Emotional reward. An hour later, Lily sat in contemplative silence within the lobby area, clutching her oversized coat tightly around her small frame. The receptionist approached and knelt down beside her chair. "He's currently speaking with your mother by telephone," she whispered conspiratorially. Lily looked up with concern etched across her features. "Is she going to be all right?" "She's shedding tears. Happy ones, I believe." Jonathan appeared moments afterward and placed a sealed envelope into Lily's small hands. "This contains her formal offer of employment," he explained clearly. "Please inform her that she may begin whenever she feels prepared." Lily blinked in amazement. "Does this mean she's actually received the position?" He smiled, just a subtle, weary expression of satisfaction. "She possessed the qualifications all along. We simply weren't aware of it yet." He then lowered himself to match Lily's eye level. "You demonstrated extraordinary courage today." She offered a modest shrug, her eyes remaining wide with wonder. "I simply didn't want her to miss this opportunity." He nodded with slow understanding. "Neither did I." 7. Resolution. Echo. Closure. Later that evening, within the confines of their modest apartment, Sarah lay cocooned in warm blankets upon their living room couch. Lily nestled close beside her, quietly watching animated cartoons with the volume turned low. Next to them, the official offer letter stood prominently displayed on their small table. Sarah gazed down at her daughter, her diminutive coat-wearing hero, and whispered softly, "You rescued me today." Lily shook her head with gentle disagreement. "You rescue me every single day." Beyond their cracked window pane, the city's myriad lights flickered in peaceful silence. Somewhere in the downtown district, Jonathan Carrington remained seated alone within the solitude of his corporate office.